Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be discussing the next update to Minecraft, the 1.17 Caves and Cliffs update, and then also discussing if Minecraft is still a good game. So, would you like to start us off with some of the things that are being added in the next update?
Sure. So, from what we've seen in the snapshot and some of the notes, Grimstone, which is a new type of block, it's a new type of stone being added to the game, and it's going to have all of the exact same ulterior textures to it, same as stone and all that.
Just like all the options, kind of like stairs, bricks,
right,
stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's going to be a nice one. Mossy block, or moss block?
Moss block.
Moss block.
That one's just kind of...
That one's, I mean, it's just literally a block of moss, but...
It's kind of whatever.
It might be fine for some decorations.
Yeah.
A new mob, the Oxalotl. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I don't even know, like, some of the mobs that they added in this one, I don't even, like, know why. Like,
the one that I do like is the Warden.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Warden does seem actually kind of cool. It's gonna make mining
a lot more
horrible
difficult
and scarier at times, but
oh, speaking of, Grimstone spawns at Y-1.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that. Now there's on both the maximum and minimum, or like for the limits for height. Now it's been added 64 blocks both ways.
Oh, shit.
So now the maximum height is higher, and then also the Y now goes to Y-64.
Wow, okay.
So that's like the true bottom now, which really fucks with my head. I don't know why they just didn't kind of like make everything a bit higher.
Well, 64 just because like a stack, I guess.
Yeah, but whatever.
But we got that. We got the Warden. The Warden's a new boss mob. And that's gonna spawn deeper in.
Wait, is it like an actual? Is it supposed to be like an actual boss?
I think so.
Because at first I was thinking it's just gonna be like a simple mob that spawns around, or is it gonna be more like a elder guardian? So it's like something that's still spawns naturally, but it's still obviously something harder to beat.
I think it might be that. It might be kind of like that.
Okay.
Sorry.
So then it's not gonna spawn that often, but
it shouldn't spawn too often. But the caves are gonna get a lot deeper and a lot more broad.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be cool. The new textures for the ores, which he doesn't mind, but yeah. I am very opinionated on.
I really don't mind the new textures. They don't look that shit.
I think they do.
You can simply
absolutely terrible.
I'm pretty sure you can still put on an old texture pack.
You could, but it's not the same.
What do you mean it's not the same, guy? You can literally just simply put on another texture, and then you won't be complaining anymore.
Well,
or you're just too lazy and you're just gonna be like, I'm gonna complain about this, but I'm not gonna do anything about it.
That one.
Okay.
I'm not gonna add a texture pack.
But to like stay a bit on the mobs, what do you call it? The goat.
Oh my gosh.
I find it kind of like, it's not a horrible mob. It's like not that shitty of a mob. Like I don't mind the goat being in the game, but I'm just confused on why the fuck is it so powerful?
Yeah, what
like,
is it,
it says like
3.5 hearts?
Yeah, charged attack does like 3.5, and like I know you're saying like when it charges, it can't change direction like mid-charge, so you can like dodge it, and you could probably like block it with the shield. But I still find out like, bro, like you don't need a goat this powerful. Like get out of here with that. But it's still like a cool mob to have, especially since it's you can milk it, get food from it. But I mean, I'd rather just have like a cow or a sheep, because cows give me leather and better food. Sheep give me wool. There's not really too much benefit from having goats.
Yeah,
really.
What exactly would the goat provide?
I think the only thing unique about the goat is that when it rams into a block, it drops horns.
Horns?
Yeah. So I think it was saying that those can be blown like as a pillager horn, almost like the same sound effect.
Yeah, okay.
So I mean that'd be cool to have in the game, but
yeah,
nothing crazy.
Nothing special, but it's cool.
And then like that, I'm not even gonna bother to pronounce it, but like the little like lizard newt thing or whatever.
I think it's called the Oxalotl.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that, but that shit, like, why? Like, I don't see the point of having that in the game. Like,
yeah, I have no clue what provoked them to be like, oh, we could add a shitty salamander to this game. You know what I mean?
Like, and the glow squid, that I will say does have some benefits because you can then like make the like glowing writing on the signs, and then also like
so like at nighttime it'll be a little bit easier.
Then like I think it said like something about glow in the dark item frames.
Right. Just glowing item frames.
So I mean those are cool. Like I definitely don't mind with how much stuff they added in this update, like regarding buildings and decoration wise. But like for some of the mobs, I'm just like, bro, I don't think we need just this many mobs. Like,
yeah, I mean, I normally like when they add a new mob and whatever, because I mean, it's a new mob, you get to discover different shit, whatever.
Yeah.
But it just feels like, because now obviously they're making shit up. It doesn't. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. It's a fucking game, but it just feels like, I don't know. It's a fish. It's not really gonna provide anything.
I think you can tame it.
You can tame it. You can. Well, I don't know if you can tame it, but you can breed it.
Yeah.
You can breed it with another fish, a tropical fish,
yeah,
or like a bucket of tropical fish or something. Which, I mean, whatever. But I've never really understood
like
that.
For me, I'm just like, it's something new in the game, but it's not something that we need. Like, obviously, we technically don't need like all these new decorative blocks or any of the stuff they added. But some of the stuff is cool. But like, for example, like electric rods or whatever, like.
Oh yeah.
I will probably never use that in the game since I'm already kind of shit with redstone anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still something that I can see like actually being used in the game. But like certain mobs, I'm just kind of like, okay, like it just feels a bit like overwhelming, and it kind of like removes the vanilla feel of the game because of how much is thrown in. I do not mind how many more caves, like just how much improved the caves are, because now we got longer, better caves, giant ravines, giant what is it? I can't remember the actual caverns. There we go. So it's just overall better cave systems, and also copper. Now copper's in the game, which is basically just iron but worse a bit.
It's like slightly worn iron, really.
Yeah, it's just a little worse iron, but I mean it's still something new in the game. So I mean there's that, but the fact that it rusts still,
that's kind of cool.
It's cool. Don't get me wrong, that's cool. But I then probably won't use it in any build then, since it's gonna rust.
Oh, you can prevent it with the honey block though.
Yeah, but what do you call it? I don't feel like using honey all the time. I mean, it would be cool though,
because that gives you like a real reason to use the actual like the beehives and everything.
Yeah, but then also like you can then like make pretty cool like ruin type builds then with the bronze, since it's gonna have like different like levels of rust, I guess, because I don't think it just goes straight from bronze to green.
Well, I wouldn't doubt if it does, because
no, it said that.
Oh,
it has like levels, but I don't know how many like different variants there are.
Okay.
But all I know is it also said like I think it's like takes like 50 to 80 Minecraft days for it to fully rust.
60 to 80.
50 to 80.
That's still a long time. Okay. I mean, the thing with the copper is like, again, it rusts, which I don't mind it. It's like a cool little detail that they added with it. I just feel like it's kind of useless.
Yeah.
There's like nothing you can do.
Wait, is it copper or bronze? Copper. Right?
Copper. It's copper. So it's like, I mean, bronze, whatever, you can make bronze shit, but it's copper. You know?
Okay.
But okay, yeah, we already discussed here. You're gonna be able to make tools out of it and stuff, which again, whatever. But you would need to be able to find it before iron, because then it's just kind of something that's there.
Yeah, because like if they like make the spawn rate of iron a little less and then increase the copper spawn rate, then maybe I might be using copper for like the first couple of days.
Exactly.
But like whenever I'm playing Minecraft, this is what I always do. I just have only iron armor, iron tools, strip mine the fuck out of my world to get as many diamonds as possible. I don't make diamond tools until I can make them into netherite tools. So like I never really have any other purposes for any other tools. So like if I get copper, bronze, whatever the fuck it is tools, I probably would never use them because iron's better. So like
yeah, exactly.
But it's also abundant, better and more abundant, or it might be a little less abundant, but I kind of doubt it with the new cave systems coming out.
Yeah,
so.
But the thing that I do like about the Grimstone is, it spawns at y-1, but as you get deeper into the world, so much more. Like it'll start off with like
and all that other
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. There's so much more, and I feel like with how big the caves are gonna be in this new update, the caves are gonna look really, really nice. Like just with just the flat out brimstone by itself.
Yeah.
It's gonna look really nice because I don't know about you, but I like that eerie look with it, and it makes you like have because coal doesn't spawn that low. Coal,
Yeah, a lot of stuff doesn't spawn that low anymore.
Yeah, so they're either gonna make you think twice about should I go down there yet? Maybe not yet. You know what I mean? It's gonna add a different kind of feel to the game, which I think is cool.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely don't mind at any point when blocks are added to the game because that just like allows us to be able to like make better builds and shit like that. But when all this other stuff starts getting added to the game, like mobs and items and stuff like certain items, like don't get me wrong, like the spyglass, that's basically just a telescope or whatever, and just lets you see farther.
Mm-hmm.
That's stuff like that's cool. Then, but things like electric rod and like the fucking salamander shit or whatever, like that stuff like that. Like I said earlier, like kind of removes the vanilla feel of the game, and I get like the game will like continuously just have more updates, continuously get better, but like there's just like certain things that like just feel like too much and kind of like ruin the actual Minecraft. You know,
it could ruin the feel. It could ruin a lot of things about the actual game, which it's not what you want, especially not for a game like Minecraft.
Yeah, like I will say like easily when Minecraft first came out, it was not as hot as it like was. It was really shitty when it first came out. But obviously it grew. It's a very nostalgic game for anyone like our age. Yeah, like even like people who like don't like the game or don't play it will easily still recognize the game.
Yeah, like you could just see like the grass block, and immediately everybody's, is that Minecraft?
Or a creeper, and it'll be like
or a creeper, yeah.
Like those are probably like the two most iconic things from Minecraft. But like I can definitely say Minecraft is one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh, for sure.
And I haven't played a ton of games, but I can still easily say it's one of the best games I've played.
It's gonna go down in history as like one of the greatest games ever.
Easily.
Like it doesn't even matter what happens from this point on. It is going to, like you could immediately it could just fall off a cliff right now. It doesn't matter.
Because and Cliffs update.
I did that on purpose.
Totally.
But yeah, it could just fall off right now, and it wouldn't matter because of how good it was. You know?
Yeah.
It could immediately just rise to the top.
But that's just it. Is it still as good as it was to say? Because obviously, when everyone like 2016, right? Like that's like or 2015, like 14 to 16 is like kind of like when it peaked, and then it peaked again, like 2019, right? Or
something like that, yeah.
2019.
Sometime when Fortnite came out, right?
No, it was a bit after Fortnite-ish.
Oh, okay, so yeah, like in 2019.
Yeah, but what do you call it? Yeah, like for example, like it's gonna end up kind of like Fortnite, because I will say, Fortnite was good when it first came out, but now it's kind of shit and just kind of like dry now. Like it's definitely not as fun of a game anymore. Especially with how much shit they're adding to the game and trying to do this and that, like it just kind of like ruins the feel of the game.
And then you feel like it just, with how much, not only how much has been added to that game,
just how much it's changed from like what it originally was. And change isn't always bad for a game, but too much change, then it's not the same feel. I feel there's like some other problems with Fortnite, but I won't really get into that.
I feel like like you were saying, too much change can be bad. I mean, just ask the climate. No, I'm just joking.
That's political. We can't get into it.
But yeah, too much change can be bad. But I think Minecraft is like one of the only games that has been able to like handle that change in such a, I don't want to like be over dramatic about it, but like in such an elegant way that you can hardly tell the difference.
Yeah, like I will say, because it's not like they're coming out with updates left and right, back and forth, like
Minecraft used to update every week, like boom, boom, boom. Or sorry, Fortnite.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. I mean, like the game itself obviously updates, but like just small bug fixes. Like Fortnite, it was like coming out with something new like pretty much every week, so it just felt really overwhelming at times.
Yeah, it felt like, well, shit, we just got something back last week, and now it's
gone
this is gone. And now that's there. You know what I mean?
And like Minecraft, it like does like now like these bigger updates like almost like every year.
Yeah.
Or like every other year. I think that's a bit too stretched, but like
That might be a little bit too
but
stretched.
like almost like every year they do like a big update kind of like this.
Yeah.
But like they obviously they do it in a way where it's not too overwhelming because like obviously what they're adding is it's not like a fuck ton of shit, but
it's enough to make you kind of be like dial it back a little bit.
I wouldn't. It's more like it's like kind of like right in between of like too much and too little because like it's definitely not a little bit of stuff. Like they could have done this update and just simply have better cave systems. That was it, and everyone still would have loved it.
Yeah.
But then they started sprinkling all this other stuff on, and some of it's good, like the spyglass, and then like the other
I don't really
like
care for that.
I think it'll be cool, but like the spyglass and like other building blocks and shit. But then they're like even more sprinkles.
Yeah.
And then
like,
I just start adding new mobs and shit like
there's like
that.
almost too much seasoning.
Like yeah, like it's good, but it's a bit strong. So like it's still enjoyable, and regardless of this update, I'm still gonna love Minecraft and play it.
Right.
But it's just to me, it's like it just feels like not like too overwhelming. I feel like right now, just like a little bit, but not too bad. But it's just stuff like that. Like I'm not really gonna care for as much. But I'm not really complaining that much because we still got the bigger picture of better caves, which is something we've been asking for a while.
For sure. Yeah. I mean that's been a big thing the Minecraft community has been wanting for such a long time, and now that it's actually being added, it's like hallelujah, you know?
Yeah.
So that the caves by itself is awesome. I don't like everything that they're at. Like I don't care for the spyglass. The goat is kind of whatever. I don't care for that either.
Yeah, because I mean sheep spawned in snowy biomes anyways. So that's just really replacing sheep in certain biomes.
And the moss block, and that's. I'll just say I don't like that block. That's just stupid to me.
These goats would be awesome if you could ride them.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Or if they could like, because I know donkeys you used to be able to ride them and have a chest on them, but they removed that feature. But like if you didn't even could ride them, but like still like put a chest on them or something, then there'd be something a bit more to goats. But they're just simply another source of food, milk.
Yeah. Now it's just
something
kind of
that
like
can hurt you.
another accessory and whatever.
But like things like that, like the goat, isn't something that's like overwhelming to say. Like it's just like, oh, okay, that's cool, that's there. Like I don't really care about it, whatever. The Warden, that's something that's actually cool because that's like a mini boss. So like that's something cool you can like fight or whatever. I don't know how really strong it's gonna be.
Real challenge.
Yeah. Because if it's actually gonna be like a mini boss, then it'll be a pretty intense fight because you'll kind of want to find it to fight it, so you get like a trophy or whatever. But then like the what do you call it, the glowing squid or whatever, that actually has something like with it as well, so there's actually purpose. So
yeah, like
it's
the
actually
glowing
cool
ink sack.
Yeah.
The glowing ink sack, which like you already explained what it could do. Yeah, like those kind of mobs actually add something to the game, whereas something like the oxalotl is just existing.
Yeah, like the fact that it can hurt you, attack other mobs, you can breed it, but I don't think you can tame it. Like it's just like so much, and
seems
it's like
really odd.
Like something like that to Minecraft, I'm like, okay, that like really kind of like throws the vibe off of Minecraft.
Yeah, it almost feels out of place.
Yeah,
well,
so like
not almost. It feels out of place.
Like something like that, I'm like, I can definitely go without this, like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And easily be fine with it.
Yeah.
But I feel like the game can still make updates like this kind of, but they need to dial it back on mobs for sure. Like they can come out with like a new biome or new blocks or whatever they want to, or even like if they want to, they can make another dimension. So how there's the end and nether, but like there's actual reasons to go to both of those. The nether, you need to go there for blaze rods, and then the end you obviously go there to defeat the ender dragon. So if they added another dimension, I feel like they should add it for a need to kind of go there.
Yeah, right. Like obviously not the end of the game, that's the end, but like you know, something that maybe like, oh, instead of doing this to be able to make an ender pearl, or was it an eye of ender?
Yeah.
Then instead of that, maybe you have to go to this new dimension, then you need to get a new resource that's there and it's only there, and then you can put that in there. You know
Yeah, the only thing to that though, I feel like it'd be then too much.
because they'd have to
Or
change
almost-
the recipe.
Yeah, it'd be like it wouldn't technically be hard to do it for the game. Just add because it just requires Eye of Ender Blaze powder. So just add one more thing. So it's not really that hard. But I feel like it's almost too much because now I gotta make an or another portal. Got to go through there, find a fortress, get enough rods, come back, make another new portal. We don't know because then I would assume it'd be a new block to build it out of, but something like easily accessible. And then go through there, find some material, come back, and then get all my ender pearls, and then like it just feels like almost a little.
I don't think that's a bad thing though. I know you're saying you think it feels like too much.
I'm not saying it is, but it's like it might be depending on like what you need and how much of it.
I think that would actually be pretty good because it keeps you occupied. You know, like my problem with the game, it's not a bad thing. It's just me. I'll play the game for maybe a few weeks at a time, and then I'll be like, I'm bored of this world, and I'll start a new world. I'll do something else.
Yeah, that's you. I don't get too bored of worlds that
It's
quick.
me. If I had another goal, like, okay, now I need to go to this dimension. Like, if we had the nether, the end, and then whatever it's new, we'll call it new dimension.
Wow.
You know, if I need to go to that new dimension, then now I have another reason to stay in this world and be like, okay, now I gotta build this, and then I can go there, then I gotta do this, and then I gotta do that. You know what I mean? Like, it'll keep me occupied.
Yeah, but something like that won't keep you that occupied that long. Like, you're just simply, it's not a new goal really. Your still end goal is to go to the end and kill the dragon.
Right.
That's just really another obstacle. So it's not a new goal, but it's not really going to keep you that occupied that long. Because it's really not that hard to make another portal. It's not that hard. You can like do it in the first day of Minecraft easy. So it's like, something like that isn't that hard and isn't going to keep you occupied that long. Like, actually getting the rods might take you a while depending on if it's a good fortress spawn or not. But, what do you call it? Maybe, like, just depending on, like, what updates they try to come out with next, because this is, like, probably the biggest and most important update they've done. Because the other ones we could have still gone without and still enjoyed Minecraft. Like, maybe besides like the pillager one, because that added the totem of undying. This one is completely remodeling all the caves, and that's going to make mining and obtaining ores and blocks completely different. So like, I just don't know what else they could kind of add
from this point. You mean?
Like, yeah, like I know something that they could definitely add would be a chest plate mixed with an elytra, so you don't have to choose one or the other.
Please, I've been waiting for that for so long. Like, that is annoying that you had to take that chest plate off.
Yeah, like something like that could be added to the game, and I don't know like really what, like maybe like some type of like armor enhancement mod, so then like maybe there's like a new type of shield or something, or you can like put like you could like new enchants on armors, because like netherite, it already has like knockback resistance. So like new enchants, like you can now like actually enchant knockback resistance on normal armor or something, or maybe now you can craft chainmail armor, and let's say like it's better than iron, worse than diamond, but like kind of like doesn't have as good durability as iron or something like that.
So you want something kind of like copper, just in a higher level,
I guess. Like, but copper is the same as iron, but worse durability.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, something kind of like copper, but at a better level. Like, it would be over iron and something like that.
Yeah, so like
that makes sense.
I don't know where they could go exactly, like too many ideas for updates, but I feel like as long as they don't do anything too crazy, the game will still be good.
I feel like from this point, like I feel like the game is perfect the way it is now. I feel like they add all this stuff. It's not gonna be perfect anymore, but it'll still be a good game, you know? I think if they keep doing updates at this point, that's when the game starts to like, okay, this isn't the same game anymore. You know what I mean? So I feel like if they keep going, I'll probably still play it, but I don't think I'll enjoy it. It won't hit the same way it did.
Yeah.
So I would suggest, and obviously Mojang isn't listening to this, but if I were Mojang, I would just say, all right, we're done after this update.
I wouldn't say we're done. I would just say slow down on updates.
I would say...
Because I would say take more time to think about what to add. that wouldn't overwhelm, because I feel like adding so many mobs and biomes is what really does it. Adding items and like just adding like items and blocks doesn't really overwhelm. It's more so when you add complete new mobs.
What I could see now is like improving biomes. Like from this point is like improving biomes,
or even improving villages again.
Improving villages, yeah. So like I could see like a jungle update where they add like I don't know, like a gorilla or something, you know, like they add something to that.
I mean, they already have pandas, but like, yeah, like a gorilla, like, but see, like, what would that even add to the actual game? Like, it's more.
I get it.
But yeah,
and I know what it sounds like. It just kind of seems like another like an axolotl, just like a random.
Well, that actually damages you, but I could see the gorilla like actually attacking you if you attack it type of mob.
Yeah. But I could see like them doing something like that, and then maybe at another update they have like a seasonal update. So like the world changes with the season or something, you know. So like it'll start snowing, or like the leaves of the trees will start falling off or something. Just something little to add.
Yeah, I guess like stuff like that would work, but I feel like this is how it is. Like 2016-ish Minecraft, like before like I would say like before like all like the pillagers and stuff like that, Minecraft was like, or let's just say like 1.16, where we are right now. Like let's say Minecraft's right here. As updates continue to come out, it's either gonna mildly start going down, or it's gonna start mildly going up. Like I don't think they're gonna reach a point because this is like definitely like one of the biggest things the communities has asked for. I feel like from here, the only thing that's really gonna happen is the game like mildly increases or decreases from like a certain level. So like it might like start going back and forth between like a certain like good range.
Yeah.
But I really don't think the game's gonna be complete shit just because of how good the game is. And I don't think Microsoft, because they're in charge now, will completely drive them down.
Well, I think.
But
go ahead, keep going.
I don't think Microsoft will completely drive the game to the ground. If anything, it might just lose popularity. So the game's not shit; it just loses kind of popularity, or the game will just mildly increase with every update, as long as they don't start coming out with them like every other week.
Personally, I think as long as they keep doing updates, at least updates like this one, the game's probably just not going to be the same, and it's probably going to get worse and worse and worse. And I know you were saying like just the popularity might go down. I think in the end, if they keep doing this, popularity is going to go whoop all the way down. That's what I think.
Maybe, because regardless, I feel like of like whatever updates they come out, I'm still gonna play Minecraft because it's just such a good game already. It's easily one of my favorite games. I love just having like so much freedom and creativity in a game because it's just a sandbox.
Yeah.
And for some people who say that there's not a true goal to it, it's defeating the Ender Dragon. So if you want to just become a speedrunner, you can do that. If you want to create giant castles, you can do that. If you want to become a redstone engineer, you can do that. If you want to be some PvP master on servers, you can do that. So like there's so much you can do in Minecraft already. So that's something I really do enjoy about the game. So I feel like regardless of how crazy the updates might get, I'll still play it just because it's already a good game and I have nostalgic feels for it.
Oh yeah, I feel like that's how it is for everybody, you know. Like for everybody, well, not literally, like my parents disgusted basically by Minecraft. I don't know about your mom, but my parents don't like it. But yeah, no, I feel like it's got that nostalgic feel to it. Just because when it came out and then you play it again and you're like, fuck. Like it's so simple, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Like this is it might be an oversimplification of me putting it this way, but you have, you know, basically everything you want in that game. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. And I think, like you were saying, so much like creativity, like so much freedom of creativity is the one thing that keeps that game going for as long as it's been going.
Yeah. Like, what do you call it? So kind of like what I was like already saying, like, to like kind of like answer the big question, is Minecraft a good game? Yes. Is it the best game? Up for debate. will it still be a good game? Maybe. It just depends on what updates come out. Because, like, I know you said you would stop coming out with updates. I wouldn't stop because there's still, like, little things that could be added to the game.
Little things, but those would be like little patches. I would say that they're just like either little patches or like the leaves falling off of the trees and stuff, like just little details.
Yeah, I guess, but like I still feel like they're gonna still come out with new updates, like kind of like big ones like this. But like I said, like the quality of the game is just gonna mildly go down just because of how much is gonna be added. Because from their point of view, they might just think, and like just some players do think like this. Oh, I'm bored now, kind of like what you're saying. I'm kind of bored now, so then they have to keep coming out with new things to keep everyone entertained,
kind of occupied.
Yeah, because they, after using this for so long and blah blah blah, then they just get bored of what is there, so then they want something more, something new.
Right.
So I know that they'll keep coming out with updates, but like I already said, I don't know what they're gonna add, so hopefully it's just nothing too overwhelming that ruins the feel of the game.
Which, again, I know they're gonna keep coming out with these updates. I don't want them to, because I think that in the end that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna fuck it up. But I know they're going to, and I feel like in the end it might not just be it just won't be the same.
Yeah.
So you say, yeah, it is a good game. I'll say it too. It's a really fucking good game. Like one of the best. I don't think it'll be in that same conversation soon.
It will never be the worst game. It'll always be one of the best games.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, kind of like how like Fortnite was, like it was really good, and then but it just died really quick.
Yeah, like
because of how much shit that was added, and also like the community. But Minecraft has a really good community, and their updates,
Bed Wars,
and their update doesn't like come out. Their updates don't come out too fast, so that still like keeps you in the game, but like still has you like look forward to something. But like I said, the game, it's good. It was great. It's good, and it'll probably just mildly become less good as time goes on, because Microsoft will just keep making new things, but too many, and just throw them at us.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what's gonna end up happening. All right.
So to wrap it up, like what I basically just said, I'll say it again. Don't matter. Minecraft,
sum it up.
Easily one of the best games. This update is good. There are some things that aren't needed, but
axolotl.
But they're there, so we're just gonna enjoy them.
Embrace it. You kind of have to.
And Minecraft as a game will probably just slowly become a little worse, just because of how many updates will come in the future. Because I know for a fact they're gonna keep adding stuff, and it's gonna get a bit out of hand at some point.
Yeah, like there's no getting away from that really. It's gonna happen whether you want it to or not.
Yeah.
You might think the game is perfect now. They're gonna keep adding more
the
or
game
taking away.
Was easily one of the best games, but now it's starting to just mount.
Yeah, it's kind of like staggering down.
But yeah, got any closing words?
Play Minecraft before it gets bad.
Yeah, if you haven't given a Minecraft a try, you should. Once again, if you have any suggestions for us to talk about, leave it down in the comments.
It would help us out a lot.
Yeah, and I'll ask you again, any closing words?
Subscribe.
All right, see you guys in the next one. Later.